Everybody and their brother has a comp on their gun right now. The question is it actually doing anything for you? Or are you just paying extra money for a longer barrel and a little fireball at night? Well, that nuclear explosion at night does look pretty cool, and we are going to see that here. Welcome back to the Grumpy Paratrooper! Today, we got two guns from Kimber's 2K11 lineup. We have the 2K11 Pro and the 2K11 Pro Comp. Same platform, same DNA, one difference. The Comp version, of course, has a compensator. But before we go any farther, what does a compensator actually do? The compensator redirects propellant gases upward when the round fires. That pushes the muzzle down, reduces muzzle flip, and helps you get back on target faster. At least that's the pitch. Here's what the range guys will tell you. Comps are a game changer. Here's what your wallet tells you. Oh my God, they cost more. And here's what nobody tells you at the gun counter. There are real trade-offs. So let's put those on the board. Advantages of a comp: less muzzle flip, faster follow-up shots, measurably better in with one-handed control. Under stress, when things get awkward, the comp earns its keep. Disadvantages of a comp: increased concussion in confined spaces. A car, hallway, a room. That gas has to go somewhere. Night flash, and yes, we're going to talk about that as well. Longer overall package concealment is a real conversation depending upon your setup and depending upon what specific model you have. Now, are those disadvantages deal breakers or just things to train around? Well, that's exactly what we're going to find out here. So let's go ahead and head to the range. All right, so now I want to do a comparison here of the Kimber 2K11 Pro Comp and the Kimber 2K11 Pro. So this is the royal color version of this. I love this color. Very nice looking gun. So I got this one here in all black, the Pro Comp. Very nice gun as well. This thing has shot and shot and is just awesome. This is turning out to be one of my favorites here. You know, I've got staccatos. This thing shoots, it shoots as good. I'm telling you, this thing is awesome. Very smooth as well. Both of these have a very smooth slide on them. Very nice. I did have to send this one back for trigger work. That did come back. It's perfect. The trigger on this one out of the box was perfect. I will say there's definitely some differences here, not just in the grips themselves. The grips are definitely different here. I personally like the grip on this 2K11 Pro here, the Royal. That grip to me feels much better, although the one here on the 2K11 Pro Comp is also really nice. This thing it's very functional. So I haven't had any slippage or anything like that. I just like this one better. You can kind of see the texture there. So one of the things here on the corners here, this on the trigger guard, it's got a straight 90-degree angle there at the end, as you can see there. And then on this one here, they cut that 90-degree angle off a little bit. Other than that, they both shoot pretty well. And we're gonna go ahead and throw a couple of mags through these right now. Now, we're gonna go ahead and hit the Kimber 2K11 Pro Royal. Alright, so in shooting these two, there's definitely a difference. It's absolutely noticeable, as you would expect with a comped gun. So this one is definitely just less muzzle flip, easier to stay on, but this one is actually really good as well. So is there really a reason for the comp? I mean, do you absolutely have to have a comp? I know there's a big comp craze, everybody's got to have a comp and all this, but the truth is, this one stays on target pretty well, just like this one does. You can transition well with it, the whole deal. I don't have red dots on these yet. This handles just fine. It's noticeably softer in this, but again, they still handle fantastic, both of them. Just really nice. I'll tell you another thing too, is when you're shooting these, and these both have that red, they have that red dot on there, the red filament there on the front sight post. Now, on this one here, on the 2K11 Pro Comp, there is a different rear sight here. That rear sight has a little adjustment screw there, so you can adjust this height up and down on this one, but this one is a part of the plate, and it's a much more beefier sight that's a part of that plate. Of course, this is a part of the plate as well, but it is adjustable. So that's another thing you get with the Kimber 2K11 Pro Comp
is an adjustable sight versus a non-adjustable sight on the plate. But most people are going to run dots on them anyway. When you're shooting these, talking about the shootability of both of these guns, even though the comp is a little easier to control because it doesn't flip, have muzzle flip as much, when you're shooting these things, that dot or that front sight is just going up and down, up and down. It's literally tracking up and down. You can really control it. You can just feel it. Both of the guns are like that.
All right, both guns are hot. First thing you're going to notice shooting either one of these is that both guns track straight up and down, no side to side. You're watching that front sight rise and come back down where it started. That's a well-balanced pistol doing exactly what it's designed to do. Both have a plate for red dot setups. Comp version comes with an adjustable rear sight, and most of you wild men are going to run dots anyway, but it's there. So here's where we are. The comp shoots softer, noticeably softer, but the Royal actually feels better in the hand, go figure. The difference in muzzle flip is not subtle. The comp version's flatter, faster on target, and when you're running a fast string, that matters. But we're not here to talk about comfortable bench shooting. Let's talk about what actually matters. Here's the part of the comp conversation that gets skipped every single time. Comps are great on the open range, but you're not always on an open range. You're in a vehicle, you're in a hallway, you're clearing a space, and nobody gave you room to work. Here's what the comp costs you in confined spaces. First, concussion. That gas goes upward. In the open, it disperses. But in a closed cab or tight room, you feel it, not just hear it. Feel it. There's a noticeable pressure difference with a comp in an enclosed space. Second, blast direction. The comp vents at the muzzle depending upon your angle, shooting across a vehicle, around a door frame with one hand. Blast is going somewhere near you or near anyone next to you. Third, noise. Already a problem with any pistol inside of a vehicle. The comp makes it louder and adds extra concussion. Now, do any of those things mean you shouldn't run a comp? Well, not necessarily. Let's stop speculating. Let's go see what actually happens.
Let's see what this thing does in a vehicle. So we're going to shoot a non-comped gun and a comped gun in the vehicle, and I'll see if I get any kind of junk up here, or if it's just too loud, or who knows. We're going to find out. We're going to shoot it in here and see what happens. We're going to start with the. We're going to go ahead and start with the KIMBER 2K11 Pro. All right, definitely louder in the car, 100%. The old Jeep is rocking here. All right, now let's go ahead and get this 2K11 Pro comp going. Ooh, we got covered in sand from the seat of my Jeep there. Wonderful. All right, you can definitely feel a little more concussion here from the comp version. But I'll tell you, this comp, I was able to hit that target a lot faster with this comp on. And there's a definitely, that difference matters. So if you have to shoot this thing in a confined space, you can only use one hand. This comp is going to allow you to stay on target much better, have much better control, and land rounds where you want them to land.
Driver's seat, one hand, shooting across the cab to the passenger side. Real world scenario, both guns. Both guns are loud in the vehicle, both of them. If you're wondering whether the comp changes the noise situation inside the car, the answer is loud is loud. The old Jeep was rocking for both of them. What is the difference? The concussion from the comp version you feel in the cab. That pressure is real. If you've never shot a comp from inside of a vehicle, this will get your attention. But here's what you also need to watch in the footage. The one-hand comp version moving fast on target, rounds landing. One hand on the Royal, tracking gets sloppy, the muzzle's harder to manage, the target work suffers. The comp, even with the extra concussion, kept the muzzle flat enough to run one-handed and still hit the target fast. That's an advantage. Not at the bench, not in ideal conditions. Under one-handed, confined space, awkward angle scenario, the comp earned that round. The concussion's a real thing, but it's manageable. Train for it, know what it feels like before you need it. Vehicle test result, the comp wins, but it's not free. You're trading some concussion for measurably better one-handed control under stress. In a vehicle, one-handed available, no other options, I'll take control every time. Now let's talk about a thing that looks dramatic on social media and actually matters more than people give it credit for.
All right, so now for comparison on the comp, we're going to do some low light shooting here to see what the flash looks like. I'm going to shoot one mag without the light on the front here on, and then one mag with it on from each gun. And starting off, we're going to hit this KIMBER 2K11 Pro in Royal. All right, one mag without light. And now one mag with the light. All right, and now we're going to do one mag without the light with the KIMBER 2K11 Pro Comp. Very nice. And now the KIMBER 2K11 Pro Comp with the light on.
Low light, one mag with a weapon light, one mag without it, both guns. Let's talk about comps at night. Yes, there is a little mushroom cloud coming out of the front of your comp. That is a real thing. It's not subtle. You will see it, your threat will see it, and everybody on the range will see it. It's theatrical, but it's also unavoidable. Here's the thing though, the non-comp version is already throwing flash every single round, enough flash coming out of the front to distract your front sight if you're focused on it. Neither gun's killing night vision any worse than the other. The comp did not make the flash situation meaningfully worse. We're comparing dramatic to dramatic, and the end result's about the same. What the comp did do, even with the little fireball out front, was keep the gun flatter. I was able to engage targets faster with the comp at night than without it, because the control advantage doesn't care what time it is. Know what your gun looks like in the dark before you need it in the dark. Don't be surprised when your own muzzle flash hits you at dark 30, but it did not outweigh the target acquisition advantage, not even close. Alright, here's where we land. The KIMBER 2K11 Pro Royal, excellent pistol. Trigger was perfect after that very first turnaround from the shop. The grip feels better in the hand, the slide is smooth, it tracks beautifully. If you never buy the comp version, you're not really suffering that much. This gun will perform. The 2K11 Pro Comp shoots softer, flatter, has faster follow-up shots. One-handed in a vehicle? Measurably better. Night fire? Manageable with training. Concussion in confined spaces? Real, but not a deal breaker if you know what's coming. So is the comp worth it? Honest answer? Well, it depends on what you're doing with it. But it is, for the most part, a combat multiplier regardless of the situation. Everyday concealed carry, pure concealment focus, the comp adds length to your package. Home defense, vehicle, one-handed stress scenarios, that comp advantage is real, and we just proved it on camera. The comp craze isn't completely wrong, It's also not magic, it's a tool. Know what it does, know what it costs you, and train accordingly because muzzle flip reduced is still muzzle flip. Kimber built something really solid with this platform, both of them. And for anyone who ever says that comps are just for Instagram, I hear you. I was skeptical coming into this, but the footage says otherwise. If you haven't seen my full Kimber 2K11 Pro comp video, you can check that out right here. You'll want to see it. So in the end, I really appreciate a comp. I think that they're very good, and I think they can be used in a lot of situations. So if you're considering getting a comp version of a gun for concealed carry, home defense, or anything else, yeah, there's some drawbacks, but you can definitely overcome them. Loud is loud, flash is flash, and it's a matter of just training with it and preparing for that situation. If you like this kind of content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me. I really appreciate the subscribers I have, and if you've watched this far, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. So with that, y'all stay safe, y'all stay frosty, and we will catch you in the next one. Grumpy out.